Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Toybox back for another video, and in this one we're going over fursuit safety, so how to be safe in fursuit for yourself, and how to be safe in fursuit for other people. Before this video starts, I do want to say that yes, there are boxes behind me. There are boxes. But I am not moving. I am going to the UK as of August 20th of this year. I will be gone until October 1st. So for that month that I'm gone, I won't be able to really upload a whole lot of videos. So do forgive me for that. So let's get into the video. Fursuit safety is something that is probably one of the most important things when getting a fursuit, and probably one of the first things you should consider when you get a fursuit, is how to be safe not only for yourself, but for other people as well. So, let's get into how you can be safe for yourself. So, rule number 1, don't be around any fires. No matter what, even if you have a fireproof fursuit for one reason or another, don't be around fire in fursuit. Do not be around fire. These things are very flammable. Very, very flammable. And even if, let's say it catches on fire and you just take it off quickly, that is still a destroyed suit and it is still actively on fire. So, obviously when it comes to fire safety, make sure that you have someone there, and make sure you have a fire extinguisher or a fire blanket at the ready. Make sure you have a clear escape route as well in case something goes wrong, but do not wear a fursuit around fire. Again, these things, very, very flammable. Very, very flammable. So, that's a no-go. Rule number 2. It is okay to break the magic. Now, breaking the magic is where you take your suit off, basically. Will that just be the head or the full suit itself? There are times where, whether you're at a convention or just like hanging out, you will get hot in fursuit. These things get hot very, very fast, and they get extremely hot. I can't tell you how many times I've worn this, and I have started dripping sweat. It is not fun. It is gross. It is okay to take off your suit. Even if you're in the middle of talking to someone, just tell them, hang on, I'm getting too hot. Let me go break the magic real quick. Or let me go take my suit off. It is okay to do that. There is nothing wrong with taking your suit off if you get too hot. That can cause hypothermia, or it can cause heat stroke, which I don't think anyone would enjoy a fursuit or just passing out in front of them. That would be traumatic for a lot of people involved in that. So just, if you start getting too hot, take off your suit and go find somewhere cool to relax for a bit until you feel comfortable to put it back on. But please, if you start getting too hot, it is okay to break the magic. There is nothing wrong with that. It is okay to do so. Rule number 3. Don't block any fire exits, don't block any escalators, don't any like entrances, exits, even like elevator doors. Don't block them. Because what could happen is that escalator could be used in an emergency, and if you're blocking it, they might have to push past you to get somewhere. Or if you're blocking a fire exit, then again, people will have to push past you, which can cause injuries because they might trample over you, freaking out, wanting to get outside. And again, it's a hazard anyway. Same with like entrances. Someone might be trying to get in, or some people might be trying to leave through the entrance. Don't block it. It is a hazard. Rule number 4 is, this is more of a personal thing, not really personal, but this is just more of like, I guess, my opinion on this. Let's say you're at like a fair or a theme park or something, and you're wearing your fursuit head. I would not recommend wearing your fursuit head on any rides. Like, I'll use a roller coaster as an example. Now, you might have seen some pictures or videos of people wearing their fursuit heads on roller coasters before. I would not recommend this, because what could happen is, even if it is secure on your head could fly off, and it could hit someone else behind you. Or it could land on the tracks and cause the roller coaster to derail, which would cause a lot of tragedy. So, just don't wear your fursuit head on roller coasters. Now, when it hits and flies and hits someone, it might not knock them out or really cause too much serious injury, but it will still hurt them nonetheless, and it is still a hazard anyway. And plus, It is a lost part of your fursuit. Probably one of the most important parts of your fursuit. So you don't want to lose that. Don't wear them on any rides whatsoever. It is, I highly advise that you don't do that. Now if it's like a water ride, or like you're doing it in like a swimming pool, I would say go ahead as long as your suit is like waterproof, I would say. If it's like a small ride, sure, go ahead. Or like even a ride with like a cage or something like that. Like there will be these like Ferris wheel looking things where they have cages and they spin around upside down. If you want to wear your head in those, I'd say feel free, because it's a closed environment. Your head can't really go anywhere besides the cage. So if you want to do that, I say go right ahead. But on open rides, don't do it. I would not recommend it. Rule number 5 is just be aware of your surroundings at all times. In fursuit, you have very limited vision. So make sure that before you put your suit on, and even when you do, make sure that you look around, check around your surroundings to make sure that there's nothing like dangerous happening, that like you won't bump into anyone, like maybe a child or an adult or just anyone. Make sure that you're not near a fire exit or an escalator, an elevator door, anything like that. So just make sure that you check your surroundings. Rule number 6 is more of, it's more for handlers, because this is, you know, if you're a fursuit handler, make sure that the person you are handling is not around any fire exits. Make sure that they are not near any sort of fire exit, and if they are, take them away from that fire exit. They can be around the area, but just not directly in front of the fire exit. Just make sure of that. Number 7, if you are a handler, make sure that you also check the surroundings. Because, again, they have limited vision, and maybe they forget to check their surroundings. Check their surroundings and make sure that they won't bump into anyone, they won't, like, step on someone's shoe, or they won't, like, hit a child or something like that. Make sure that their environment is safe around them. So, that really concludes it for the fursuit safety video. Obviously, you have your common sense things like no fire, don't be near safety exits, but you'd be surprised at how many people forget those. Common sense is very hard to come by these days, apparently, but as long as you're safe in fursuit, have as much fun as you want. It's fine to have fun, it's fine to break the magic, it's fine to be safe. It is better to be safe than to have fun. I would rather be safe than have fun. Yes, safety and fun can be different, but as long as you're being safe for yourself and for others, you're going to have a wonderful time. So, with all that said, I hope that you all have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening.